Another week goes by and another bunch of transfer rumours for me to go through, and once again I've picked out like 4 or 5 of them. So let's just jump straight into it, and the first one is none other than Liverpool and England captain Jordan Henderson. So he is rumoured to make a move to Saudi Arabia, of all places, and the contract is reported to have him on £700,000 a week, which he has apparently already accepted. This would put Henderson on £36.4 million a year, which is an absolutely huge amount of money, and he would be on more than most players basically. So the team is Al Ettifaq. I'm not sure if I've said that right. That's how it looks like it's said. But there is a massive issue with this, and the issue is that their transfer budget is only 13.2 million. However, Liverpool want a minimum of 20 million for Henderson. So this isn't one of those teams that is backed by, I think it's like the Saudi government or something, where they're given like billions and billions of pounds, dollars, whatever, to spend on players. And this team, I'm pretty sure Steven Gerrard is their manager, so that kind of explains why he's going after Jordan Henderson as well. But yeah, this could be a bit of an awkward one due to the team's transfer budget not being enough to match what Liverpool wants for him. Because if they had that money, then I can almost guarantee that the team would just sign him for 20 million, which is the minimum of what Liverpool want. So they'll probably want to try and get a bit more anyway. So yeah, Jordan Henderson could be going to Saudi Arabia, might not be. This one will be interesting to see how it turns out, because he is in his early 30s, so he's not in his prime anymore, and it would kind of be the right time probably for him to make the move, considering Liverpool are in a rebuild as well. So yeah, the first one, Jordan Henderson to Saudi Arabia. And the second player we've got is Andre Onana. So I didn't cover this one last week because there wasn't really, I just wanted to wait for it to progress a bit more, because I thought that this one was going to happen. There are a lot of rumours that it was only a matter of time. So Onana is set to sign for Man United, and the fee is reported to be around 50 million. I've seen a lot of figures where it's between 45 and 50 million. So yeah, he's set to sign to replace David De Gea, plus that fee will probably have a load of add-ons as well, so it will most likely be more than 50 million in the end, because obviously like add-ons are usually things like fees added on to the original bid, usually like performance based. So if they win awards or if they make a certain amount of clean sheets or appearances, usually that means the team that sold them will get a bit more money. Usually not a whole lot of money, but usually they'll get a bit more money for them. So as I said, the fee is around £50 million, and Onana is set to sign a 5-year contract at Man United, so he is going to be the long-term replacement for David De Gea. And it has literally just come out today that the reported fee agreed is £47 million. So around 50 million, which is what I saw yesterday, and I think that is included with add-ons. I'm not entirely sure. So the latest on this is that Onana will be flying to the UK for his medical. So with this transfer, this should be confirmed really in the next few days, and at the latest later on this week. So Andre Onana should be a Man United player very, very soon. Staying with Man United, Harry Maguire is next, and I did cover him last week. A bit has changed with Maguire as well. So it's come out that he's not really that short of options. Apparently there are a few teams interested in acquiring Harry Maguire, but it hasn't really been that specific on which teams are interested or which teams have shown an interest. Maguire was stripped of the Man United captaincy, I think, on Sunday by Erik ten Hag. So really this shows an eagerness to move on from him, because obviously the club captain, you can't really have the club captain on the transfer list. It isn't a very good look for the team. However, there are a couple of teams that have been reported to be interested. One of them is West Ham United. They've been really the main team that has been interested since Maguire was put on the transfer list. So they are exploring either a loan or a permanent deal. So I'm guessing that they would want a loan to start with. However, Man United will most likely want a permanent deal to get him off their books, because he's clearly not in Ten Hag's future plans, and Man United will want to make space to bring in other players. However, the biggest problem is that West Ham could face is that the wages, because Maguire at Man United is on a very, very lucrative contract, and he will most likely want that matched, or at least to have it somewhere around that if he does leave. So West Ham are aware that Harry Maguire's wages could be a big problem. And another club that is reportedly interested is Chelsea, and this is apparently due to an injury. So I'm not sure who's injured, but this would most likely just be a cover. I'm guessing he wouldn't be a starter, so also along with that, wages would probably be a problem here as well, because you don't want to be paying someone to sit on the bench a lot of money. So there are a couple of teams that are reportedly interested in Harry Maguire. Obviously this could progress, this could just go nowhere, but yeah, though, that's all the updates on Harry Maguire. So the next player is Ajax's Edson Alvarez, and West Ham are expected to make a £35 million bid for the Ajax midfielder, and he is the top candidate to replace Declan Rice after Rice was sold to Arsenal for just over £100 million. So West Ham are clearly looking to take that 100 plus million that they got from Arsenal and buy a player to replace him, put them in his place, whatever. And Edson Alvarez from Ajax, 25-year-old defensive midfielder, is really the top candidate. He's worth around 35 million euros. So I think that's probably around 32.5 million pounds. So a 35 million pound bid probably wouldn't be around what Ajax are looking for. They're most likely going to look for more in the region of 40 million pounds and up. However, he does seem to be a pretty good player. I mean, Ajax develop their players very well, and yeah, Ajax are very well known for developing their players. So that's really all that's come out on this. Nothing further has really been reported, just that West Ham are expected to make a £35 million bid for him. So the last one is a very, very interesting one, and it is Leon Goretzka. So this is a bit of an awkward situation, because Bayern Munich are willing to let Goretzka go, and this is reportedly to build up the funds so that Bayern Munich can actually buy Harry Kane. So I'm not sure if that's for the transfer fee or for the wages as well. However, there are multiple things being reported here. Some are reporting that Bayern want to sell him, and then others are reporting that Goretzka doesn't want to leave and he won't leave. And then there's other places reporting that Goretzka isn't in Tuchel's plans and he won't be playing that much. So this is a bit of one of those awkward ones where you don't really know who to believe, because they are kind of reporting different things, and this could go anywhere. So Bayern Munich reportedly want between 35 and 43 million pounds for Goretzka. There are also multiple teams interested. The chances of him playing consistently under Tuchel are low, and he reportedly, like I just said, wants to stay in Munich. So the three teams interested apparently that I've heard are Man United, Liverpool and West Ham. I doubt he would go to West Ham, if I'm being honest. I don't think that they're at the level he would want to play at. Liverpool need a midfielder, so I think if he's going to go to one of those three teams, it will most likely be Liverpool, because Liverpool desperately need a midfielder, and he would be a brilliant midfielder for them to get. He could go to Man United, that would be interesting. However, Man United have a lot of midfielders, and I think it would be difficult for him to fit in there unless Man United sold one or two midfielders, considering that they just bought Mason Mount as well. So there isn't really much going on this at the moment either, except from what I've just said, that he doesn't want to leave, Bayern are willing to let him go, and that there are a few teams interested. No official bids have been put in yet. However, I do think that this is quite an interesting one, because it just came out of the blue. I wasn't really expecting this, so I think this is one to keep an eye on, because if Bayern want Goretzka to go, then he will most likely leave at some point. Maybe not this transfer window, maybe the next transfer window, because Bayern, really, let's be honest, Bayern want him to leave. However, he doesn't want to leave Bayern. So so it'll be interesting to see how this is dealt with. So those are some transfer rumours and a transfer update for this week. So let me know what you think about all the transfer rumours I've brought up in this. Do you think any of these players will go to the teams they're rumoured to go to? Do you think they'll stay at their own? Well, do you think they'll stay at their current club? What do you think will happen with these players? Leave all that down in the comments. Yeah, so just let me know what you think also overall about the transfer window and the current transfers that have been confirmed as well. So leave all that down in the comments. Thank you for listening to the video, and I will see you in the next video.